Hello guys, it's Revolution. So in this video we're going to discuss what is a more powerful power-up for Goku at this point in time out of Fusion and Ultra Instinct. During the Buu saga, not just one type of fusion but two types of fusion, Metamaran and Potara fusion, were introduced into the Dragon Ball verse, and come the end of Dragon Ball Z, they were the most effective ways to power up, amplifying the Fusie's power multiple times so that they could take on their foe, their enemy at that current time. Obviously, since the inception of Dragon Ball Super, we have seen two new plot devices which have granted Goku extreme power-ups, of course, that being the original Super Saiyan God ritual and Ultra Instinct. Now, obviously, Goku can still stack Super Saiyan God on top of his base form. We've seen Super Saiyan God Goku in the Tournament of Power, as well as against Broly. But as discussed before on Revolution, stacked Super Saiyan God doesn't seem to have the same power boost the ritual Super Saiyan God does, and obviously once you've done the ritual Super Saiyan God or trained to unlock Super Saiyan God, you can't then do it again. It's no longer an option. Whereas Ultra Instinct, where Goku breaks his limits, is still an option. Okay, fair enough, he cannot access Ultra Instinct at the moment, but I think we all suspect that he will be able to again at some point. So based on the information we have at hand to this date, we're going to look at what represents the biggest power up for Goku going forward in the franchise out of Mastery of Self Movement, the State of the Gods, Ultra Instinct and Fusion. But before we begin, a quick question for you guys which I want you to answer down in the comment section. Can Fusion unleash Ultra Instinct, or do you believe because it's a limit breaking transformation, because it has to send the user beyond his limits, that the Fusion would split before it gets the chance to ultimately break that shell? Let me know your answers down in the comment section. I look forward to reading them. Whilst you're doing that, if you're not subscribed to the channel or you're new to this channel, please do subscribe to Revolution. If you love talking about Dragon Ball, I assure you, you will love this channel. Please do hit that subscribe button and the bell button next to it to be notified whenever I release new content. And if you're on Instagram or Twitter, do come follow me on those social media platforms. So obviously the latest two arcs in Dragon Ball Super have been the Tournament of Power, where we saw Goku have to oppose the mighty Jiren from Universe 11, a wall of strength, of absolute power. He absolutely dominated Goku before Goku attained Ultra Instinct. Despite everything we'd seen throughout Dragon Ball Super, all the growth that Goku underwent during Dragon Ball Super, including the Super Saiyan God ritual, absorbing that power into his base, and being able to stack those Super Saiyan transformations on top again, stacking Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue, and even using a technique called Kaioken times 20 on top of Super Saiyan Blue, Goku got walloped by a heavily suppressed Jiren. Of course, Goku attaining Ultra Instinct Omen was able to compete with Jiren, and upon attaining mastery of Ultra Instinct, or as I like to call it, complete Ultra Instinct, was able to defeat Awakened Jiren. And of course, this was followed by the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, in which the infamous Saiyan Broly was made canon to the Dragon Ball Super mainstream continuity, where his insane adaptation growth and his wrathful state would allow him to compete with Super Saiyan Blue Goku, a post-Tournament of Power Super Saiyan Blue Goku, and then upon attaining Super Saiyan after Frieza killed Paragus, Super Saiyan Broly rickrolled Goku and Vegeta that badly, they literally ran away. Fusion was the only option. Now, of course, in the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, we didn't get to see Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20 or Super Saiyan Blue Evolution on Vegeta's part. Most people have spoken to believe that those concepts weren't really a thing in the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, as they were written by Akira Toriyama and are Toei animation ideas. But for those who do still believe that Blue Evolution and Blue Kaioken were options in the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, well, Goku didn't even consider it an option because they were that hopeless and overpowered against Super Saiyan Broly. Now, the argument over whether Ultra Instinct would have defeated Super Saiyan Full Power Broly from the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie still wages on. Some people are adamant that what we saw in the Tournament of Power from Awakened Jiren and Ultra Instinct Goku were stronger than what we got to see from Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta and Super Saiyan Full Power Broly in the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, but the same can be said of people's arguments vice versa. Now, I've given my opinion on this. I do believe what we saw in the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie was stronger than what we saw in the Tournament of Power, but that doesn't mean that Ultra Instinct Goku in the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie wouldn't have defeated Broly. So let's have a look at Ultra Instinct's power in comparison to that of Fusion. Now, luckily for us, there was a fusion, a Potara fusion in the Tournament of Power that we can use in comparison to Goku's growth using Ultra Instinct Omen and complete Ultra Instinct Omen against Jiren in the Tournament of Power. In fact, that particular fusion even fought against the second phase of Ultra Instinct Omen Goku. So fusion, there's been a lot of sources suggesting what fusion may have been, but I did make a video just a week or so ago on why Vados may have been right about fusion after all, after her statements in the Tournament of Power. Her statements were regarding the Potara fusion of Caulifla and Kale becoming Kefla. Now in that video I discussed how a interpretation of Vados' statements, which are backed up by Goku's statements from that very fight, can actually apply to every fusion we've seen in Dragon Ball and make sense. Now I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say this is a definite scenario, but do check out that video. I do believe I'm onto something. But we'll look at Kefla's power-up specifically in this Tournament of Power because we can make a direct comparison to that of Ultra Instinct Goku. Now we know that Kefla in base was stronger than controlled Super Saiyan Berserk Kale and Super Saiyan 2 Caulifla fighting in tandem. As we saw in the early proceedings of the fight, Caulifla, even as a Super Saiyan, was struggling against a tired base Goku. And there were large parts of this fight where Super Saiyan 2 Goku was holding his own, not just against Super Saiyan 2 Caulifla, but also Super Saiyan Kale as well. Quite simply put, Goku as an individual, especially if he wasn't fatigued or tired, is stronger individually than both Caulifla and Kale in his base. Of course you can stack transformations on top, and Kale does have Berserk, but Goku's transformations such as Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Blue far outweigh those of Super Saiyan Berserk, at least Kale's version of Super Saiyan Berserk. Goku was handily defeating both of them at their most powerful with Super Saiyan God, almost about to eliminate them, prompting Shin to say that Goku far outclasses those two Saiyans of Universe 6, but base Kefla was far too much smoke for Super Saiyan God Goku. Base Kefla had to be at least tens of times stronger than that of Super Saiyan Berserk Kale to pull off this feat against Super Saiyan God Goku. Of course, Kefla would turn Super Saiyan upon seeing Goku turning to Super Saiyan Blue, which would prompt Whis to state that Super Saiyan Kefla's power rivaled the Spirit Bomb of that ultimately powered Ultra Instinct Omen Phase 1 Goku against Jiren in episode 110. The power of Super Saiyan Kefla would force Goku to once again break his limits and achieve Ultra Instinct Omen Phase 2, which would then prompt Kefla to use Super Saiyan 2, of course, as per the Super Exciting guides, represents a 2x increase over regular Super Saiyan. Now obviously we saw that Goku won this fight, knocking Kefla off the stage using a Kamehameha after he dodged all of Kefla's last gasp attacks using Ultra Instinct. But it was stated by Master Roshi that if one of those attacks actually hit Ultra Instinct Omen Phase 2 Goku, it would have killed him, suggesting that Kefla as a Super Saiyan 2, I guess you could say she was enraged, had a power advantage, a raw power advantage over Ultra Instinct Omen Phase 2 Goku. As I'm sure you remember, Kefla was laughing at Ultra Instinct Omen Phase 2 Goku's hits during that battle. Sure, he was getting stronger and sharper and faster as he was going along, making damage to her, which of course Whis explained at the end of the episode was because he wasn't fully utilising Ultra Instinct during the attacks. But what this would mean is, using Super Saiyan 2 as a reference point, this means Goku's second trigger of Ultra Instinct Omen didn't represent a 2x boost in power, because in terms of raw power, it wasn't as strong as Super Saiyan 2 Kefla. And the Universe 7 Genki Dama is a point of debate. Some people believe that it was only as strong as Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20. Some people believe it was twice as strong as Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20. It's up to you what you personally believe. There is no definitive answer. Let's go with the idea that it was twice as strong as Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20 and was an equivalent to Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 40 in terms of raw power. Well, Kefla as a Super Saiyan 2 would have been the equivalent of a Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 80. So if you were to try and follow any pattern with Ultra Instinct Omen Phase 3, you would have to say, well, it's following the pattern of 40 times blue each stage of Ultra Instinct. It will be approximately Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 120, which is huge. And of course, we saw in episode 128 that Jiren was able to keep up with this Ultra Instinct Omen Phase 3. Now, of course, Ultra Instinct Omen Phase 3 may have been an exponential increase. I only put forward that pattern as an example. It might be right, it might not be right. Take it with a pinch of salt. It's up to you how you view it and how you interpreted that power up. But I'm just trying to give you a general idea of how it may have increased due to the pre-existing law that came before it. And once again, the same goes with how I've scaled the Universe 7 Spirit Bomb as well. It's up to you how you scaled that yourself. I'm only giving an example here to advocate a certain viewpoint. Like I said, in episode 128 and 129, Ultra Instinct's Omen Phase 3 was pretty much fighting on par with a very serious Jiren. Jiren managed to use Ultra Instinct against Goku by trapping him in the corner, where Goku had a bit of stage left beneath him, and of course, elimination. Of course, Goku started to counterattack and completed Ultra Instinct, in which he would then go and blitz Jiren. Then at the beginning of episode 130, would see them going toe-to-toe with each other. Of course, Ultra Instinct Goku would get the advantage, and Jiren would come to the conclusion that he was going to lose and then awaken his hidden power. But what this kind of tells you is that the difference between complete Ultra Instinct and Ultra Instinct's Omen Phase 3 wasn't overwhelmingly significant, because Jiren was still able to keep up with complete Ultra Instinct to a lesser degree than Ultra Instinct's Omen Phase 3, but he was still able to do it. Of course, he also didn't get one-shotted by any means. We'll see many instances in Dragon Ball where percentage difference or low multiplications of difference have been more than enough to absolutely dominate an opponent, even one-shotting them. So you've got to ask yourself, was it such a major increase in power? Now I want to go back to the Kefla example, because obviously we saw Super Saiyan 2 Kefla. Let's imagine a hypothetical Super Saiyan 3 Kefla. That would be 4 times stronger than the Kefla that was too strong for Ultra Instinct Omen Phase 2 Goku in terms of raw power. Once again, stated to be able to one-shot Ultra Instinct Omen Phase 2 Goku. Following the pattern I put forward earlier, Super Saiyan 3 Kefla would have been stronger than Ultra Instinct Omen Phase 3 Goku. Then I ask you, how about a Super Saiyan God Kefla or a Super Saiyan Blue Kefla? Once again, Super Saiyan 3 is 4 times that of Super Saiyan 2. We don't know the difference between Super Saiyan God, stacked Super Saiyan God over Super Saiyan 3. Let's lowball it and say it's a 2 times difference. That would be 8 times stronger than Super Saiyan 2 Kefla. Then Super Saiyan Blue is quite possibly 50 times that of Super Saiyan God. A hypothetical Super Saiyan Blue Kefla would be 400 times stronger than Super Saiyan 2 Kefla that was stated to be able to one-shot Ultra Instinct Omen Phase 2 Goku. So I want to know from you guys down in the comment section, would Ultra Instinct Goku have been able to compete with that kind of power difference? Was Ultra Instinct Omen Phase 3 and complete Ultra Instinct representative of those kind of boosts in power? Maybe you think it was, that's fine, but I want to know your reasons why. But now I want you to consider something else. Goku and Vegeta are a lot stronger than Kale and Caulifla. Okay, so let's take a Tournament of Power Goku and Vegeta, and we had Super Saiyan 2 Vegito from Potara Fusion. Because the Fusies are more powerful than the Fusies of Kefla, a Super Saiyan 2 Vegito should have been a lot stronger than a Super Saiyan 2 Kefla. And as a side note, don't forget that Gogeta Blue from the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie was comprised of Goku and Vegeta post Tournament of Power. They would have gained all those Zenkais, all those adaptation boosts that they got throughout the Tournament of Power and the conclusion of the Tournament of Power, and then maybe even any training boosts. Of course, you could argue that's irrelevant, because obviously we're comparing Ultra Instinct and a Fusion in comparison at the same time, and of course we now need to find out how Ultra Instinct would have performed against Super Saiyan Full Power Broly. So I ultimately posed this question to you: would a Tournament of Power Super Saiyan Blue Vegito have been able to defeat Jiren or awaken Jiren, just as Ultra Instinct Goku did? Don't get it twisted, I'm not talking about Vegito Blue from the Future Trunks saga, but it might be worth considering that Vegito Blue using the final Kamehameha in the manga was stated to have surpassed Beerus at full power by Shin in the Dragon Ball Super manga. How much weight that holds in terms of scaling the anime is up to you in your version of power scaling, but ultimately it's been suggested many times throughout the franchise that Jiren, at least before he awakened his hidden power, was at Destroyer level, not necessarily surpassing it. As I talked about in my video just the other day, is Jiren becoming the old Broly? In that video I present all the evidence on what the franchise thinks in terms of Jiren's power. Do check it out if you haven't seen it. It's a very objective video. But ultimately my take on this is I do believe a Super Saiyan Blue Vegito would have been able to defeat Jiren in the Tournament of Power. However, I also do believe that an Ultra Instinct Goku would have been able to defeat Super Saiyan Full Power Broly. Not necessarily because of raw power though, but because of the hacks abilities that come with attaining Ultra Instinct, the speed hacks, the dodge hacks, in the critical hit hacks. Every time Goku lands a hit with Ultra Instinct, it is impactful. It's like a critical hit in Pokemon. And of course, this would be the second time he would have triggered Ultra Instinct if he had done it against Broly, and you would assume that would come with some sort of improvement from the first trigger of complete Ultra Instinct. So for me, I still see Fusion as the more powerful power-up in terms of raw power, but Ultra Instinct comes with a plethora of abilities that can more than equalize that kind of power, as well as the fact that you don't need a Fusey to actually be able to use it. And here's one way to look at it. If you follow my pattern earlier of saying Ultra Instinct Omen Phase 3 Goku could be 120 times that of Super Saiyan Blue, and obviously complete Ultra Instinct Goku is even stronger than that. Even 120 times would represent Goku's most powerful transformation over the previous transformation. If you look at Super Saiyan, that was 50 times. That's a really large multiplier from base into Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan 2 is only 2 times, Super Saiyan 3 is only 4 times. We don't know what stack Super Saiyan God is, but once again, Super Saiyan Blue is only 50 times. But if Ultra Instinct's over 100 times stronger than Super Saiyan Blue, Ultra Instinct's incredibly powerful if you look at it in that perspective. But guys, I want to know what you guys think. Once again, none of us really truly know the answer to this. We're all just speculating and being progressive power scalers as the series moves forward. And hopefully we can all arrive at a conclusion, at an objective truth. That's the purpose of my videos. I want to know your thoughts down in the comment section. Thank you for watching, guys. Please hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Please lend the Daishinkan your energy. Smash that like button. Until next time, Ad Astra.